People are fed up with the Labour Party.
I feel that right now there's no difference between Labour and Conservative. They're opposite side of a coin.
Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza has sparked a wave of protests in London, the likes of which we haven't seen for 20 years. But beyond the streets of central London, the conflict that was triggered by Hamas's brutal rampage in Israel on October 7th has had more impact on one political party than others, Labour. Keir Starmer's party is now facing a wave of challenges from independents in the East End of London. They say that there's a wave of anger about the way Labour has responded to Gaza, particularly against those MPs who have not called for a ceasefire in Parliament. But critics argue the campaigners are only causing more community divisions and are stoking up anger against MPs. So let's meet some of these candidates and find out why they are standing against Labour.
My name is Mahmoud Mirza, and I'm a leader of the Newham Independence Group. I've got elected as a councillor back in July. It's been 6 months. And now I'm principal leader of the opposition in London Borough of Newham. People are fed up with the Labour Party and the Labour Party not standing with its own principles. The Labour Party is not the same Labour Party the people used to rely on to vote for. And especially in East London, the residents and the community they felt like they have been taken granted by the Labour Party. They always voted for Labour, generation and generation voted for Labour, and obviously things are not getting better, they're getting worse.
My name is Sophia Naqvi, and I've just been recently elected over 2 months as a Newham councillor for Plaster North Ward, and I'm a deputy leader for Newham too. I think people are sick and tired. People feel that they're not being listened to, they're not being heard. Gaza is one of the situations. It's a major eye-opener for people. It's not about religion-based. It's humanity.
East London has a significant Muslim population. Sophia and Mahmoud, who are both former Labour members, say there is significant anger in the community about the way Labour has handled the crisis. They argue that this is behind their successes locally, but they say there is dissatisfaction with Labour on other issues too.
It's very upsetting listening to your people not calling for a ceasefire. It hurts. People are tired, and now West Streeting, Lynn Brown and other MPs who haven't called for a ceasefire will find themselves in a very big trouble right now. I feel that right now there's no difference between Labour and Conservative, just the difference of colour. They're opposite side of a coin. That's how the situation, this is how people are feeling. I mean, my election, Gaza did play a big role, but it has shown to people that their policies are not for us. It used to be a working class party, but now it's no more.
Residents are upset, and it's not just about Gaza, it's an independent movement. It's about the local issues as well. The Newham has been run by the Labour Party for a very long time. And we were a deprived borough 30 years ago, we still are. We are on top of the list on the fly tipping, streets are filthy. Council tax is going up in last 5 years, every year continuously. There's many other things, the services is going down, taxes are going up, and people feeling like Labour Party has failed them in London Borough of Newham.
So, how's all this going to play out? Well, Sophia and Mahmoud are not running at the general election, but they are lending their backing to candidates that are. British Palestinian Liam Mohammed has been selected by the Redbridge Community Action Group to stand in Ilford North. This is Shadow Health Secretary Wes Streeting's seat. The independents hope that Wes Streeting's relatively small majority of around 5,000 and a sizable Muslim population in his community will help their cause. 23-year-old Leanne refused to be interviewed by The Standard, but her political allies have argued that Labour will be facing challenges across East London.
She is from Palestine, and she supports the cause of the Gaza, and she's been activist for a long time, and I will, love to go and campaign for her if the time comes here.
So, how are Labour responding to this? Well, the party started polling Muslim voters amid concern it's really underestimated the rage towards it over its stance on the conflict. Wes Streeting has said the party is not taking any voters for granted. He said he could understand exactly why people are heartbroken and outraged over what he describes as a disproportionate number of innocent civilians who've been killed in Gaza, particularly children. He has called for a political path out of the conflict and a sustainable ceasefire. He added that while Israel has a right to defend itself and get its hostages back, What we've seen, though, in how Israel is conducting the war is military action going far beyond self-defence.
With the election still several months away, Labour campaigners in East London are confident that single-issue parties will not resonate with the electorate. Cost of living, NHS waiting lists, immigration and housing are all issues that voters are concerned about. One Muslim voter from Ilford told me they found the idea offensive that all Muslims would vote the same way because of a conflict 3,000 miles away. But there are fears among some Labour activists that campaigning will become far more brutal in what should be safe Labour seats. Well, protesters have already been following around Labour MPs and candidates in by-election seats. So regardless of the result of the next election, the issue is going to loom large, especially for Labour in their race for number 10.